Hi. How are you, Dee Dee?
Good. It's been a little while since we've
Yeah.
done this.
With the holidays and everything. How were your holidays?
Good. How about
Yeah.
you?
They were good. Low key, but I like low key, so we were good.
I feel like everybody I talked to that this year it was kind of like low key. I don't know if it's just like all the past few years that we've had have been like a lot, and then like last year everybody went all out, and this year we're just kind of recovering from all of it.
Oh my gosh, yes. Just yeah, there was no reason to like do like the big shebang this year because we kind of all got it out of our system last year. Excuse me.
Exactly. I don't know if Rob can see this, but it says that we're not connected to Facebook on any of the pages.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. That's why I'm snapping photos. Working on it. Sorry.
No, that's okay. We have a few people here from YouTube. Just say hi to these people. Let's see. Oh, we have D Hoot. Hi, D Hoot. So nice to see you.
Yeah.
See you on here. And we have Mark Brown. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
And we have Stacy. Hey.
The dog wants out. Aw.
Kind of closed himself in, and then he's like, "Oh wait, I want back out."
Yeah. He wants to hang out with you, but not if the door is shut.
Right? Yeah, he's like he likes the open door policy. So he needed his toys. That's what it was. He just came trotting in with a toy.
Aww.
Oh my goodness.
So cute.
So,
well, I guess we're gonna have to give it a minute while Facebook comes on. We definitely connected to YouTube, but we have some cool stuff we're doing. We're gonna answer any kind of dream questions you might have, or try to. We're gonna talk about my new dream experiment that's coming up that I just shared with Danny and Rob, and they were excited about it.
So excited for this! I cannot wait for her to share that with everyone.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens.
I kind of have a feeling a lot of people are going to connect more so than they even realize. So
yeah,
I'm excited for
that. If anybody's on Facebook and they can see us, tell us.
Yeah, let us know. So I was trying to figure out a way to. I was trying to figure out a way for using tarot cards in. Just like a way to help out with dream interpretation a little bit better. And I was trying to think, like, there are times when people will share these experiences with you and they seem to be more like a big hit issue, more like something that's like very deeply embedded in their subconscious work, something that they need to focus on or work on.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, I want to try to incorporate my tarot cards with my dreams a little bit more, just to see, because they say, you have your major arcana and your minor arcana. So your major arcana are more of like the world, the sun, like all those, the big named cards. And they're usually meant for more of a like life lessons and spiritual lessons kind of a thing. So like when you get them in a general reading, it's something that you need to focus on. That's not just like a everyday thing. So I was thinking, okay, like if I have a dream and I pull a card and one of those come up, then maybe try to see, like, is there something that psychologically is connected to like maybe an issue that I know I've been having for years or whatever, almost like a way to like help me refocus. I don't know if that
it does. And when I do cards for the dream interpretations, I'm pulling a card for the dream or the subconscious self. So I'm not pulling a card for them necessarily. I'm pulling a card to get a deeper understanding of the dream specifically. So it may not tell them what they need to do in their life. It'll tell them what is happening in the dream. So I kind of make it very specific to that.
I like that's like the intention when you're pulling the card is specifically what's going on inside.
Yeah. So that might not apply to, a current event in their life, so to speak, because I mean, your dreams are talking about your current life, but it's just, it really narrows it down to you're asking, I want a very specific thing about this. And so you have to kind of look at it. I've told people, especially like other people who read tarot, and I would say, remember, this is a subconscious reading, not a conscious reading. Right. And I use all the cards, but I do have a dream deck to do it. So
That you had shown, is that the same deck that you had shown on a previous?
Yeah, I think you
What is it?
it's the Dream. I think it's Dream Interpretation and Tarot. I can never remember. I mean,
Yeah, I want to
showed
look
you.
for that. I want to look for
Yeah,
that deck.
I'll
I
send
think
you.
that would be fun to play with. Well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like to use. I guess play with might
Yeah.
not be the right word, but
Oh, I do.
yeah,
I mean, I think that it's all about intention.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Um, so,
Fixed. I think. I had to remove
yay!
all the destinations. Dee Dee, I put it on your. That was supposed to be there, right? Your dream interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have you on 4 right now. I believe that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Don't
that's
know what happened.
phenomenal. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sandy.
There
Yes.
you go. So you're getting YouTube comments now. Sorry, everyone. We had a technical difficulty, but seems to be fixed. All right.
Yeah.
Shut
Thank
up.
you.
Thanks.
He's so awesome. I love that he helps us out with this. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's good because we'd be like stuck.
Oh, I'd be so lost. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. So bad.
Oh, so now we
Look,
can say
everyone's
hello to
coming in now.
Sandy.
Yay. So hey, Sandy.
Let's
Hi, Rachel. Sarah.
And Rachel.
Oh, everyone coming in.
Sarah. There's all our Facebook
Oh,
folks.
yay. I'm excited.
Andrew.
Thank you so much for coming on and
Yeah.
sharing your Sunday evening with us.
Yeah. We were just talking about reading tarot, but also some people didn't get to hear that I'm going to be announcing a new dream experiment that I feel like anyone can participate, unless something like that scares you, the paranormal in the dream world. Sometimes I've said things to people and they do give me a look on their face like, no, I'm not messing with the paranormal in my dream. So
Oh, really?
some people it might intimidate.
I guess because it makes it more of a personal, it's a very intimate personal experience when it's all inside, like that's all inside your being. Like there's no, you can't walk away from that and shut the door and like not come back to it. Like that's
right. Yeah. You're very vulnerable. You're like alone. So yeah, I can see where it'd be scary.
But don't they say too, like, so when you're sleeping, that's the closest that you are to like the spirit world or whatever you want to explain it as. Like, so you're at that moment where you're more attuned to everything else around you. Is that subconsciously, I guess, when you're sleeping? Because
I feel like that as far as the spirit world goes, we're more open, right? We're not think about when you're dreaming and something weird's going on, you're not trying to debunk it. You're not saying this isn't real. Like everything in your dream world to you, you're just taking it all in and working with it, and it doesn't matter. So it seems like that'd be a really good time if spirits can communicate with us that way, that they would just like step in and start working with us, And maybe the way they're giving us information is coming out in a strange way, and we don't even realize that it is family. Maybe sometimes it's interacting with us. That's a whole other way you could go with it too.
Wow. There's something, I find it kind of comforting that they can connect with us in our dreams. I guess not everyone would, but like, I mean, it's a way to communicate. I don't know. And if you can tap in and understand, what is that? Is that lucid dreaming when you know that you're dreaming and you can is that what lucid dreaming is?
Yeah, that means that they're saying that you're steering the dream, so that instead of like letting the dream happen to you, you're stepping in and controlling where the dream goes. And people like give the example of that if you want to fly, you just jump off a building and start flying and stuff like that. And I can see like the fun in doing that and like solving things, and supposedly you can heal yourself and stuff. But I kind of like the free dreaming where you allow the dream to speak to you, So I wonder if it depends. If you always want a lucid dream, then you're never letting things just come to you. What does that say?
Yeah. What does that say? I wonder like how does that interfere with how you interact even during your waking hours? Then if all you ever try to do is lucid dreaming, like if you never let yourself just free dream or whatever, like I don't know if there's an actual term for like just dreaming, but
I name it free dreaming. I don't know what it is.
That works. I love that. That works.
That's my saying.
Like, do you think you can never let yourself do that? Don't you think that somehow is going to affect your waking hours so much more? I don't know. I would assume that would affect you.
Yeah, if you're not able to work out the emotions. I mean, the theory is that dreaming is just everything that's gone on during the day. It's just your brain kind of, working through the emotions that you experience during the day. So if you had a really bad day, you might have nightmares, and it's trying to teach you not to be afraid of whatever it was that came at you. So, and that's one theory or that's science, says that. But I like to think it goes a little bit beyond that, that, I mean, I've used it for dream experiments where I did that 20-day dream study, and it literally like changed my life, taught me to be a good decision maker. I mean, 20 days, and I went from not being able to decide between two shirts to being able to decide like major life things without even having to like doubt myself. To teach myself not to doubt is amazing.
That's beautiful is what that is. That's phenomenal. I think I need to start doing stuff like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Such a bad little decisions that you would think would be easy for me. I'm like, I don't like, I get so caught up in not being able to.
That's what would happen to be. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So is this dream study, this new one that you're going to be doing, is this something that like everybody can get in on, or is this going to be a select few people, or?
This is going to be one that I open up to everybody, assuming that I'm not going to get like 10,000 emails. That would be really something. I'll just say that 100, right? Because if suddenly I had, 10,000 people send me a thing, that would be really hard for me to read through.
Oh my gosh.
What I want to do, then I'll have to get some recruits to help me. But what I want to do is, I want to see, and Sarah had brought this up, and I had seen it like a day or two after she said something in a dream group. And so what it was is the experiment is that somebody has either objects or they're doing something, and other people are supposed to be dreaming about what they're doing or what they're seeing. What I want to do is I want to take objects and place them on a table, and I'm going to use Anime, this doll that I got. I got her because she's supposed to contact people in their dreams. So I thought she'd be the perfect vessel for people to focus on, and I'll have a picture of her out there. So that's just kind of something that you look into her eyes, and she's like your guide to these objects on the table. And so I'm not even going to say how many objects. I'm going to have a few objects. There may be things written down, and I want everybody, it'll be the 14th. So next Sunday night, that gives people a chance to know that it's happening and stuff. Dream, see what you dream, set your intention that you want to know what's on that table. If you're afraid of dolls, then skip the doll and just think of the color gold, because it's going to be on a gold table. So it's your choice, doll or no doll. And I want you to send me your dream, or Danny, the next morning, what you dreamt about. And so an example I'm going to give you is, say I had a lemon on the table and you dreamt of a lemon. So you got it. You actually dreamt of what was on the table, and then you can kind of just describe what else you saw. But you might also just see like the color yellow. So I feel like that still counts, that you were connecting on some level. And I don't want to give too much away, but that's the example. So if you have a dream and you're like, this has nothing to do with any objects on a table, send it anyways, because I want to see if you connected to what's actually on the table, because you could have dreamt about something very similar. I also want to know if anybody dreams about Anime, since we're involving her in this, because she has come to me in my dreams, and the son of the woman who gave the doll away, the reason she got rid of the doll was because he was having nightmares about her. So warning.
Oh, wow.
You could have a nightmare. And then my husband's going to set up a camera, and he has those, I forget what they're called, but you can see them like at night. They're outside all the stores and stuff like that. And we want to see if there's any shadow figures, because I've always had the theory that could it be somebody dreaming or somebody psychically coming in. And so I want to see, of all the people who try, I'm hoping there's a lot, does anybody's shadow come? I won't know whose it was, but I'll still know it happened. And it would be quite a coincidence if there was suddenly a shadow figure in my office, right?
Oh my goodness.
So
I love the theory that shadow figures could be somebody in some other form, either like dreaming or meditating, or but why not, right? It would be a silhouette of their energy, right? So
exactly, that's what I feel like. And I mean, I give an example. When I was looking at houses to buy, there was a house that I was so in love with, and I used to like sit there and meditate and picture myself sitting in the dining room on the floor. And when I ended, and I would always like bring myself back to that space. So I'd actually be sitting on that floor meditating, like out of body, you know, in my
Oh,
mind.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then I thought, after somebody else bought the house, and I thought, I wonder if they like, because it was a really old house, right? So if they were walking by and they were seeing like that energy that I left there. And so I finally like did a little ceremony myself to cut ties, and I threw out the picture of the house and
Oh,
everything
did
to kind of
you?
break ties. But I always wondered, you know, did they see something?
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing to be able to like track people down and get if there was a story of they saw somebody or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I'd go knock on their door, but they would think I was crazy. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's a little different, right? How
Yeah.
would you even start that conversation? Do you see shadow people in your dining room or like yeah, we'd be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, they'd be like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome though. But
So yeah, I'll put a post, official post, so everybody knows what to do.
oh
But
please.
that's what I want to do. I hope everybody participates. And then like if somebody's a psychic and maybe you didn't dream, but the next day you kind of want to just like meditate and try
Oh,
to like tap into it and guess what's there too. Why not try? Just let me know this wasn't a dream. This was me just meditating, or I'm a psychic, you know.
oh, that's phenomenal. And then that's not even just dreams, and like you're getting all different aspects of how do we reach out? How do we connect? Like that.
Yeah, see what will work.
I'm so excited for this. I'm trying it. I cannot wait to
Yeah.
see like where I connect, what I connect with. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I just know somebody's going to get something. I just know it.
it's crazy. I don't think people realize how much our energies, it's all connected. You can't persuade me otherwise. I feel like everything is connected. We're just manifestations of one giant ball of energy or something.
Yeah.
Because even with making sense of your senses, which is this amazing event that we do through Get Haunted. We teach different classes. Classes might not be the right word, but classes of three different ways to connect your energy, to use your body basically as a tool instead of the equipment. And I teach psychometry for that, which is basically when you hold an object and you're reading the energy of that object to try to like get information from it. And it had been a little bit since I had done it, and Rob had handed me an object, and what it was didn't connect. Like I didn't see where the connection would be with what I was getting. And then by the time I was done with it, we had talked about what the object actually was, and it even surprised me that I got what I got from it. I'm like, oh, that really connects.
Wow, I love that.
You would never put what she got to this object. I don't want to say what it is because we're going to use that in the workshops. They're not classes.
I know. I couldn't.
Workshops.
I know classes wasn't the right word.
You would never put these things together. So when she started saying what she was saying, I was like, what? Like it was really, we saw something, similar things happen when we did Making Sense in Gettysburg at Hoover House. People just really pick up on these objects. Like there were literal tears being shed in some cases.
Wow.
So it was really cool, but we're going to bring this object along on this one, see what other people get. Cause that was pretty impressive. I was really surprised. So anyway, sorry to bust in.
No, I'm glad you busted.
No, that's interesting.
She wasn't doing a great job describing what a great job she did, but she did. So.
I was shocked that I got as much from it as I did, because you would never guess.
I've hung on to this object for probably 15 years now. Yeah, maybe longer. Yeah. So that's all I'll say, because I don't want to wreck it. Because look, Andrew Sr. is going to be at Making Sense, and I don't want to give him too much information.
No spoilers.
Sandy was one of the ones that cried. So all right, I'll get off your show.
Oh.
My dog pooped in my bedroom. That's great. Okay, gotta go.
Oh. Good thing you opened the door.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Whoops.
Wow.
But yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds so interesting.
Oh, I love it. And that's why too, like I'm excited to hear what the results are from your dream study then, because that is literally just another way of reading energy.
Right.
right? It's, you might not be physically holding the object in your hand, but your energies are reaching out to the energy of something else, and it's having a conversation, basically. So
right. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of opening it up. I'm giving you a vessel, the anime doll, something to kind of like, you know, like it's kind of like I was watching Josh Gates, and they were swimming under. They were inside a pyramid, swimming under it in the water. They can't see anything, and they're just using this little line. They're holding it, and they're tethered. It's from one spot to the other, and if you let go of the line, you're lost. You're gone, literally. And they would use that line to get from point A to point B. And I feel like that's what I'm offering. It's like a line. AMA has one end and you're on the other, and you just pull yourself through that line, focusing on her to look at the table, you know?
I love this. I'm so excited for this. Oh, who's it? Oh, yeah. Oh.
I agree with what Sam said. Yeah. Look terrifying though, but it's cool.
I need to go see this episode. This was what
on it's so good.
One of Josh Gates, one of his shows.
Yeah, it's one of the newer ones. Yeah, it was amazing.
I love watching the shows.
The idea. I mean, talk about being claustrophobic. You're under a pyramid that could fall down, right? Because it's really old, and you're in the water and you can't see. And then they kept saying, if you get lost, they may never find you.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wait, were they like? Were they completely submerged in the water? Like, was this like you need?
Yeah. Oh, no. Swimming with scuba gear and yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, yeah, claustrophobia would kick in for me. That's ridiculous, but let's see. How's the paranormal involved with the workshop? Oh, the workshops that we were talking about for making sense?
Yeah. So who would always with the great questions. So it's still a paranormal investigation, right? We're just kind of stripping away the equipment and bringing you into as you're already the best equipment. So we go through these 3 workshops to teach you different techniques that are not equipment based, and then investigate utilizing those same techniques. And we saw maybe a voice recorder or something, but you're not going to see all the lights and all that shit. So it was really cool when we did it the first time, and people were getting results without the equipment, if that makes sense. So yes, it's a haunted location. Yes, we're still going to look for ghosts, but you're going to try. These folks are going to do it without equipment.
Yeah, I love that. So you could walk around and like literally like sit on a bed and kind of feel the energy, which is you're getting from the psychometry, right?
Yeah.
We all miss so much stuff going on around us when we're staring at equipment. That's the idea behind it. Plus, for Danny to pick up what she picked up through psychometry, right? We normally kind of brush those things aside as, feeling getting goofy at a location or whatever. When you focus on it, and then when we have multiple people focusing on it, and then we come together at the end to see if different pairs of people or groups of people came up with similar things. We also have some cool experiments in mind where we know certain things in different portions of Cashtown, right, of the inn, which we're not going to give to them prior to. So if we have some set experiments where we're like, hey, go up to General Lee Suite, see what you get. If people come back with relevant evidence, it's going to be pretty damn amazing, right? Because then there you go. We just did this without an obelisk, and you just did this without a K2, and you just did this without a voice recorder. That's really where it's going to be. So we're going to encourage people to kind of work together and all that stuff. All right, I'm done. Wow, you've got the Kirby on board.
Wade. Oh, hello. So nice to have you on our show.
So Wade gets it, right? And that's it. So the 3 workshops are psychometry, scrying with a twist, which is scrying and automatic writing kind of combined. But Sarah beefed that up a little bit too. Some stuff I don't even know. And then my part will be the remote viewing piece. So yeah, okay, I'm done busting into your show. Sorry.
No, that's I love to, like, with each of those workshops, they kind of blend into each other. They kind of help you build from, okay, I can try this. Oh my gosh, maybe I can actually do this, to like building your confidence up to the remote viewing, and then once you've done the remote viewing part, you realize they all connected the entire time. It's
Yeah.
That blows me away every single time we talk about it.
Yeah. I love it because that's something that you can learn and take with you throughout your life. And like automatic writing, I always tell people, and I got this from remote view. It's kind of a combination of remote viewing and automatic writing. When you have a dream, you should always try to draw it, no matter how good you are or not at drawing. Draw it out, because it just does something to your brain when you have a visual. And then there's even been times where you could like close your eyes and just draw out what feels like, using automatic writing to get more information. So like if you learn how to do that, it may help you, tap into other parts of your brain that you're not using when you're trying to do dream analysis.
Nice. Yes. And even too, like so you're saying about like drawing after a dream, sometimes like if you can't remember something, couldn't you go back to that drawing and it might re-trigger a memory?
It will for sure. Yeah. And I learned that through the remote viewing class that I took that Stacy has, that you do that little line. I forget what it's called. It has some kind of weird name, but you get the coordinates, you squiggle this line, and anytime you get off track, you put your pencil back on that line, and it like recenters you and refocuses you. It's the weirdest thing. It works.
It does work.
I feel like it's the same with dreaming, is that you just draw it out. And when you want to go back and like revisit that moment, you look at the picture you drew and it'll bring you right back.
Kind of the same thing.
It's called an ideogram.
An ideogram. Thank you. So then your drawing is basically an ideogram for your dream then, kind of.
Yeah, totally.
So I think Kaylee would like to have a card. So I'm going to pull a card for Kaylee real quick. Okay. All right. So I got 7 of Wands. And my attention went directly to his feet and the stance of his feet. So basically, you are either going through something right now or will soon be going through something where you're going to have to stand your ground, or you're going to feel like you need to fight for what you believe in. Stick to your guns, though. See how he is not giving up. He is not stepping back. He is holding his own. So this is kind of an invitation to believe in yourself enough to say, you know what, I am going to do this, or I do believe in this, and you can't stop me from following my dreams. So I don't know if that connects with you at all, Kaylee, but this is definitely a card of finding that self-confidence to do what you really want to do for yourself. And it's kind of the universe saying, I got your back on this. You just need to stick up for yourself and say, yes, I can. Yes, I will. Just don't let them tell you can't do something. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I kind of like this card every time.
I like
it depends if you're like on the spread with it, right? Because sometimes it's okay. You're going to have to, there's going to be opposition sometimes, or sometimes it's just maybe you don't feel like your voice is being heard. So you just really have to just stand your ground and have enough confidence in yourself to get through, and just to know that, you are on the right track, regardless of if someone's telling you that you're not. But yeah.
Love that. Sam.
Oh, so much for Sam. I've been catching her videos. I think it was on Instagram. I've been seeing them. I love her videos.
Yeah. And she has them on YouTube as well. Yeah.
Oh, does she? To check her out on YouTube. Okay, Sam. I'm going to pull a second card to go with this one. Okay, so the first card I pulled, and it's gonna look scary. It's not really that scary. It looks horrific. The Devil card. I don't know if you can see. So with the Devil card, you can see that, there is the beast standing there, and there are 2 individuals, and they're chained. But I don't know if you can see it on here, but if you look real closely to the picture on this, they're not actually tethered. They can walk away at any moment. They're literally holding themselves back. So this is more of any of your vices or indecision or insecure. Like you're literally just you're the only thing holding you back from moving forward. When you get this card, this is one of those where you kind of just, need to sit with, okay. Just kind of like
I
sit
didn't
with,
expect that.
I'm struggling with. That was perfect. So with this too, there might also be, you might be feeling like you're getting a lot of opposition from somebody and feeling like a situation is too big, like it's bigger than you are, but it's not true. This is where you need to just sit and not necessarily force yourself to have an answer, but just to sit with things to see what bubbles up. So like, is it an insecurity? Is it like, I know this isn't Sam, but I'm just going to throw this out here because it's something that gets associated with this card, gambling addiction, or just those little vices and stuff that get in your way. But with this card also, this is just saying if you can find your balance. So you got temperance here. So temperance is kind of that, a spiritual guidance, kind of like one foot, if you see like one foot's in the water, one foot's on the land, kind of like having the energy from both the spiritual realm and you're being guided on the physical plane as well. So there's a lot of guidance, a lot of balance, a lot of just flow. I don't know how else to explain that other than just like the energetic flow. Like you have a lot of good around you. So don't let the things that seem like they're getting in their way, don't let them feel bigger than you, because your energy, your spirit, your guidance is so much bigger than the things that are the little speed bumps in your life. So just sitting with things and letting that roll. I don't know if that makes sense, Sam, but
She says it does.
Good. I'm glad. Hasn't got you up. See who? You cracked me up. Oh my gosh, that mask. He used to have that mask on that mannequin that we have
in the hallway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was like behind me for the longest time.
That
I would forget that it's there. Like I know it's there, but I would forget. And I'd walk by and be like, oh my God.
3 o'clock in the morning. That's not pretty.
Yeah. Did those who?
Oh, I don't know. I'd be curious about that too.
Any pre or post workshop dreams? Oh, you know what? We did not discuss that on our first one, and that is something that would be nice to incorporate moving forward, though. Maybe we might have to lean into the dream interpretation with that at some point. That would be fun.
Yeah, totally.
Wouldn't they?
I feel like I saw somebody else. Stacy.
Oh, Stacy, I love this. Okay, I love when Stacy asks for a card. Stacy is one of the most knowledgeable people. He has helped me. I was kind of like in a funk and dealing with just like not feeling like myself, and he helped me snap right out of it. It was the most wonderful thing.
Awesome.
Thank you, Stacy. I'm gonna pull another card to go with this. All right, the first card is kind of one of my favorite cards. Again, it's one that looks scary, but it's really not. Death card. So with death, when you think of the traditional like cycle of life, right? You can't have rebirth without death. So this is kind of one of those cards that is an indicator that things that no longer serve you are going to be falling away, that it's time to close one chapter to open a new chapter. This is also just kind of just putting to rest any just any silly things that were not, what is the word I'm looking for? Just kind of like things that used to bother you that have no real way to be closed, just to like, this is you making an official, I'm closing that chapter and I'm going to move on and I am moving on to better days. And the second card, 10 of Cups, which the rainbow is the first thing I pulled on, is indicating that, yes, this is a closing one chapter and coming into a new one, to leaving things that no longer serve you behind and opening you up to this energy of this fresh new environment where things just, they feel right, they feel settled. I don't know, Stacey, if that makes any sense at all, but it looks like you're coming in on it. You're either on your own, you are forcing a chapter to be closed, or it's naturally closing, and the universe is kind of, you're on a path that the universe really enjoys. So I don't know I don't know how else to explain that, but hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you.
Yeah, he said it's right here. Oh, I can't click on anything. Let's see. I think he's answering that. Leveling up time is coming soon. Does that have to do with the live he did? We was talking about 2024.
Oh, Stacy, does it? I love it. Go ahead. What is this? Oh, I just read Rob's comment on the side to see. Oh my goodness. So if so we were talking about this earlier about when people want interpretations, you actually have a website that people can go to and you do a real a beautiful in-depth analysis of their dreams for them. I don't know if we talk about that enough on here. Thank you. There it is.
Oh.
That's the one, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so there's my website. You can go there and learn about my interpretations. Basically, you send me your dream and I give you analysis, dream interpretation of what I think it means. I give you the symbols and how I use them and how I came to it. So it kind of teaches you moving forward how you could interpret your dream yourself. So it's kind of like a little bit of a lesson and then also your interpretation. I pull a card to kind of give you a little more clarity. Maybe it'll nod to what maybe you could do, maybe not, just depends. And then you can go back and forth with me until it feels like you've got, what you needed. But usually it's been my experience that once I give somebody the interpretation, I usually get an email back saying, thank you. That really, gave me clarity on what was going on. So, but yeah, and I really enjoy it.
That is one of those things I don't know if people don't like. I feel like people don't put as much stock in their dreams as they should. There's a lot to be learned from your dreams. There's a lot to just that dialect with yourself. I feel like that's so important. Yeah.
That alone. And I mean, even there's so many levels of dream interpretation that you can get into. There's just the basic, like, what does my dream mean? That's like the basic. Like, if you're not even doing that, you're really missing an opportunity in your life. It doesn't cost you any money. It just costs you probably a couple of minutes of your time. Write it out. And I mean, even if you keep a journal for say 20 days and you write down every single dream that you can remember, how you felt in the morning when you woke up, write out maybe things that went on during the day. Sometimes you can find out that like your dreams, like say you're at a job and you're about to be laid off, but you don't know it consciously, right? But through your dreams, different things are coming up that your subconscious is picking up on, but you're not. If you go back and read, you'll be like, your mind knew you were going to get laid off before you did, and you might be more prepared if it does happen. I'm not saying anybody's getting laid off. I'm just giving that as an example, because there's things you would want to know if you're going to get laid off in a week or two, or they're thinking about maybe you want to, make yourself more important to them, that you're not the one they lay off, or maybe you want to prepare and get your bills in order. Like there's things that literally can be life-changing to help you. And if you don't take the time, just the debate, this is the most basic of dreams, just, figuring out what's going on in your life that we're missing. There's so much stuff going on in our lives. We just don't have time to think for ourselves. I mean, how many minutes a day do we even spend thinking about ourselves?
Oh,
probably very little. Because we're always doing something for others, cleaning, whatever we're doing, we're not focusing on what we need truly. We may even think we are by like shopping and stuff like that, but that's not really focusing on what you need.
No.
And then you go from there and you have all the past things that you need to work out that you still haven't worked out, like digging into your shadow self and all, and going through all that, which can be very difficult. But if like you are someone doing shadow work and you're not incorporating dreams, that's a missed opportunity as well. Just understanding what you want to do in the future. You can set intentions, and do like 7 days, 20 days, and say, this is what I want to accomplish about myself. Like maybe be a better decision maker, or, I want to make sure, whatever it is, you have to decide what it is that you want to do. There's like so many different levels, and you can get into the whole paranormal thing and like try to, like, we've had people, or I'm dual now. I've had people write in, and there was my last dream study, or the one before that, one of the dreamers had her father, she talked to her father in the dream, and he's passed away. And when she woke up in the morning, she came out to her car, there was a cross. And it looked like somebody took their finger and made a cross on the window.
You were saying about that.
And so she had asked him for a sign. If you're really talking to me in this dream, can you give me a sign? And, I mean, she sent me a picture. It's like, so I mean, there's so much to it, you know? And people are just like, it's just a dream. Like,
no,
what?
There's so much more. And that has to, if you would start paying attention and sitting and asking yourself, what does this mean? That's going to strengthen your intuition. You're going to be able to pick up in your waking hours so much faster. You'd have to.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Love that. What is, I see we have something on the side here from D Hoot. She's asking, how do you decide what deck to pull from? So I can speak as far as like for a tarot reading. I know Dee Dee does cards too for dreams, but as far as just for tarot readings, it's really just the deck that you're drawn to. Just the one that, like for me, I do for this show, the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's the one that, it's a traditional deck that when you see like the pictures on the internet and stuff, it's usually that. But there are so many different decks out there, and it really is just about personal, what pictures are what you're drawn to. Because really, for me, when I look at it, it's whatever draws my attention first, and like what I'm getting from where my eye goes. That's how I'm reading the cards, more so than the actual like textbook definitions. So it's an intuition thing for me as far as for tarot cards. Data, I don't know how that works for with dreams, if it's similar or not, but.
Well, I love the way, like, I re-looked at how I read cards after doing this show with you and watching how you read intuitively, which to me makes way more sense than going by. And that's probably why I've always liked Oracle better than Tarot. Tarot is too, even though I'm very rule oriented when it comes to things that are paranormal and more magical, I don't want those rules because I want to be open to everything. So I love the way, like, I did a couple of cards, and that's a lot. Like, you do a daily reading, that's a lot to do. God bless you for doing that, because oh my God, I tried it for like 2 or 3 days and I was like, I can't do this every day.
It's a lot. Every now and then I don't do it, but
yeah, I mean, it's like just to do it. I mean, for you're reading for everyone, and I feel like it's like whoever comes by and sees it, that's who it's meant for. But you taught me how to read intuitively, and that completely changed how I do my readings. I would like do a reading and I would look at the picture and stuff, but I would look up in the book, what does this mean? Like, I'm allowing somebody else to tell me what it means. Now, when I look at the cards, I'm like, what does this mean? What do I think this means?
Yourself,
because that's more in line with dream interpretations as well, because you can have somebody tell you, you know, that a dream symbol like water is emotions. And that's kind of seems to be very universal that it is. Yeah. But what if you get something like an airplane? Well, an airplane may mean different things to different people. So it's, what does it mean to you? To somebody, it might mean freedom of travel. To somebody else, it may be a job because they're a pilot. To somebody else, it might be fear because they're afraid to fly. So it'd be the same, right? The tarot would be, what does this mean to you? Because it's pulling from what you need to know. So that, thank you, because you've taught me that.
Welcome. Yeah, it is. It's more of how you. It's a conversation with yourself, basically, when you're looking at the cards, because the textbooks, they're great. The keywords are great, and they do help guide you when you need that little bit. But I think that the energy is stronger when you just go by, okay, what am I feeling? What am I seeing? What am I hearing? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Did I see that D Hoot asked for a card reading?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
She's thinking of a card.
Ooh.
So like
okay, I have one that flipped itself. I don't think that was intentional for this one, but we'll see afterwards if it was the one she was. It's at 8, right? 8 of Cups. So with this one, so like we were saying, there's water here. I don't know if you can see it. So there's water, which is your emotion. The moon, which is up here, and that's that's kind of where my eyes went to first. So the moon is more of the emotions that you don't necessarily want to sit with, your thoughts that you don't necessarily want to sit with, but probably should, just to let them clear themselves out. I will absolutely tell you that one then. So this card's all about going, kind of taking that time to walk away from the everyday world. Like he's going into a cave. I don't know if you can see that on here, but so he is walking into a cave. He's walking away from the outside world to kind of sit with himself, to sit with his emotions, and to let things, not necessarily to have to fix anything, but just to kind of let it flow out, let it work itself out. And then kind of like a meditation card in a way, but like not trying not to be afraid of what comes up, because sometimes there are emotions that we stuff down for so long that we're afraid to sit with them. And it's more of that fear of, oh my God, I have to face them. Because once you actually face them, you're like, okay, that really, like, it's more that build up that I think we're more afraid of as people, more so than actually facing them. So this is just kind of like taking a rest, taking a time just to be yourself, kind of shutting out all the noise and the buzz of their outside world, and just kind of doing your own thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. But the card that flipped itself over was the Five of Pentacles. Let me see if I can find it. So the Five of Pentacles there is a picture of two people, and they kind of look, they look a little bit like they're dirty. They look like maybe they don't have a place to stay, and they're outside of what I would assume to be a church. It's got like the stained glass windows, and apparently I cannot find that card anymore. Oh, here it is.
It's gone.
You're welcome. So see how it looks like there's two people that are kind of like down on their luck, basically, and they're outside of a church, but it doesn't look like they're being given entry. So when I get this card in a reading, depending on what cards are around it, this is you're going to be coming into a time that's going to be challenging for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are shit out of luck. It just means that you might be going through a little bit of like a bump in the road kind of a thing. And just to kind of stay mindful of all of the good things that are still around you, counting your blessings, looking for the silver linings and things are going to help prevent you from starting they kind of look like they're feeling sorry for themselves, like, oh, woe is me kind of a thing. So the more energy you can put into the good that's around you, the faster you get out of that situation, and you don't allow yourself to fall into that pity party role. I don't know how else to explain that, but just that there are things around. So like there is a church, like you don't see the door, right? So who's to say that the door is not open to that church? So when they turn around the corner, so it's one of those like, don't let the situation take you so far into the hole that you can't see the good things that are around you, so that you can get through it faster. I know that's kind of how I see that one.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So just first glance is they're out of luck, but you don't know that there's not somebody right around the corner saying, here's the door, come on in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what's ahead of you yet. So just don't let yourself get tripped up on all the little things, kind of a deal. Yeah. I feel like every card, even the scary one, they all have. That's why I don't read in reverse. Like some people will say, oh, you have to read it. If it's reverse, you have to read it reverse. Right. I don't necessarily agree with that, because every card has all of the information. It's a very full card, even when you read it upright. It just depends on the cards around it. So as an example for this one, like if you would read this in reverse, it would be like, oh, you're down on your luck. You're going to be coming into hard times. But it's already kind of in the card anyway. I don't feel like you need to press that. And I don't think that it just from a stance on energy and people that read energy, I don't think that you should dwell on the bad thing. Yeah, bad things happen. Let's use them as a life lesson. Let's use them as something to find gratitude somewhere else. Like, I don't think we need to be like, oh, you're going to lose everything and you're going to be home. Like, and you never need to tell anybody like something like that.
I know. I was going to say that'd be terrible.
I've had readings from people and I just looked at them. I'm like, are you serious? Right. Because they were
really
horrible readings. And then I would go home, remember the layout, and sit and read it for myself. I'm like, okay, there was a life lesson here. I'm going to follow that, not doom and gloom and, oh, I'm so sorry, this is a crappy reading. It's all in how you interpret everything.
What is the meaning of the card falling, if any? Oh, you mean when it pops out of the deck?
Yeah,
the universe wants you to read it.
So some people say that it's nothing. For me, I've always leaned towards that. What falls to the floor comes to the door. I think my brain's a little, I think that's how I always say it.
Yeah.
It just means that it was kind of the energy of the card wanted to be read. It's something that even if you don't use it for your actual reading. So like if I would do a spread that's not a single or a 3-card draw, if I have something that jumps out of the deck, I'll set it to the side and then I'll do the reading. So if I'm having a hard time with figuring out something, I'll maybe use that card as an indicator to kind of guide what the energy of the reading is. But a lot of times it is the card that jumps out is it's meant for you. It's meant in some form to be read. Oh.
Yeah, I love that. I agree. I mean, if you're just shuffling a deck and one just goes flying out,
yeah,
and it always seems to fit too.
Keep jumping. Like as I was just shuffling earlier today, like all the night cards keep popping out too, which is weird. Nights are usually more of like action driven, more deliverers of information. So that's
cool.
I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
Do you do your, like, I know you do the reading for everyone every morning on all the social media.
I
do. Do you do one for yourself? I feel like I asked you that before. Do you do one for yourself daily, like separately?
It depends. If I am feeling like I really need to, then I will. But a lot of times I will just do the generalized reading. And then it's so funny because there'll be times I will do the general reading. And it literally, my intention is like for whoever needs it, like whoever it's going to serve that day, that it's going to connect with them.
Yeah.
So I'll think there's absolutely no, like this doesn't connect with me at all, right? As I'm posting, I'm like, okay, well, hopefully this is, good for somebody else. And then as the day progresses, I'm like, oh my God, they're right there. It was this morning. It was said to me right there that that's going to happen.
Wow.
Yeah, there are times where I don't think that the daily reading has anything to do with me, where it ends up really lining up with my day. But yeah, there have been times where I'll do one deck for everybody else, and then as I'm getting ready, I'm like, oh, that deck's calling me. I don't know why. So I'll do my own personal reading, and then a lot of times that lines up for me when I do the own personal one. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's like even with the dreams and everything, it's all about intention. So like when I do those cards, like that's obviously it's a very generalized, and I'm not super specific when I do the reading because it's for whoever it's going to pull for. So they may seem like super vague sometimes, but I'm just trying to make them as generalized as possible without completely losing the meaning of the card. I don't know if that's
right.
Yeah. What is this?
So to see, I want to attend your event tonight. However, it's on too late.
I think, will that be... We'll be able to go back to that. That'll be on YouTube as well, will it not? I think it will.
Trevor's show?
Yeah. Does he on YouTube?
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel, doesn't he? Yeah, I was on the show. Yeah, he's on YouTube.
Trevor.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on. And if he wasn't, for some reason, because I know that he was talking about a new show, but I think it's yeah, I think the We the Haunted is also the same for the YouTube channel. So you could just watch it the next day.
Yeah, the replay. You'll actually absolutely be able to catch it.
Yeah.
No, I love how's it going, Trevor? Hi.
Yeah.
He's a sweetie.
Yeah, he's doing I was looking at the lineup for the was it PP3? I should know what this is.
Yeah.
I was like reading Sarah posted a description of like what shows are coming up for the week.
Yeah.
And what the topics are and the guests. And it looked like a whole week of like great viewing for everybody to watch stuff and join in.
We really have some amazing shows on there. The lineup is just it's like star-studded. I love it.
The channel name change, content will be the same. Oh. So, well, if you change the name, I think if somebody already follows you,
it'll
because I changed the name of my channel and everybody was still like there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you're already following it, you won't have to like refine them or anything. It'll just change for you.
You should still be able to pull it up from the old name, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, good. Well, yeah, busy. I get that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Does anybody else want a reading? I can just post if you want a reading from Danny, and I'll just say, again, I'm going to post about the dream experiment. So if anybody wants to participate, everyone is welcome to join in. It's going to be testing dreams and the paranormal. You can go back and hear more about it, or read the post. I'll put it up on the Get Haunted Network, my page. It'll be in the blog. So I hope everybody participates. It's going to be next Sunday, the 14th. So you have to be prepared to dream that night. Set your intentions.
I'm definitely making sure I have enough time to actually to actually dream. I swear, there are days where I get like 3-4 hours and then I feel like I haven't dreamed, but like I don't know if I really have, because weren't you saying that you have to hit a certain time?
Yeah,
sleep starts to like.
Yeah, if you haven't, I mean, you could dream outside of REM sleep a little bit. We usually don't remember those. But if you're not sleeping long enough, like your body does its healing first, and then you start getting into more like the REM sleep with your mind and stuff. So it's possible if you're only sleeping for an hour or two that maybe you didn't have a dream, or it was just,
So then that's
really light. Yeah.
I'll have to make
then
sure.
You'd have to try the psychically trying to tune in.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I want to do like a meditation for that or something. For real, just in case I don't dream.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If you guys don't dream, then if you're a psychic, then just try to figure out what's there. And if you aren't a psychic, but you just want to intuitively kind of sit there and meditate, think about anime, connect with her or the color gold, and get the information. So, all
right. Oh, Trevor, I got you. Okay, so I got the Judgment card, and the first thing that I'm seeing with this is all of the arms lifted. This is almost like feeling vindicated, feeling like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders, that you may feel that people have been judging you too harshly, or you may be judging yourself too harshly on something, and this is kind of like this fresh new energy coming in and kind of like lifting you up to the next level, like kind of letting you know that, okay, a new chapter is coming, your time has come, you're vindicated, you're kind of free of all of this stuff that has been dragging you down. You're going to start feeling a lot more freedom. So I think that's a pretty nice. Trevor, keep that in mind and let us know if you start feeling like that lifted off your shoulders.
I agree with that. The astral projection time, if you're in a space and you're dreaming that you can astral project. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to hear what Wade's experience is if he does that.
Yeah. See, I think I thought, okay, yep, there we go. Is that Big Daddy Andy? Okay. I'm going to pull another one to go with that. So I pulled, I don't know if, Andy, I don't know how familiar you are with the cards, but I did pull the Tower. The Tower looks super scary, but I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of positive to that card. I'm going to pull another card just to go with it. Okay. So I used to get this a lot when I was younger. So the Tower card, it looks super scary, right? There's this tower, there's lightning hitting it, it's on fire, it's falling apart, there's people falling out of it. What this is saying, and I always call this like the Kali energy, like the kind of just wiping everything out, all the, excuse my language here, but all the bullshit, all the things that don't serve you, they're going to be wiped away. If you go with the flow, it's not going to feel so, if you flow with it, there's no fight. You're going to see, okay, these things need to go, and you're just going to let them go. The reason this card always looks so scary is because a lot of people don't like change. Change isn't necessarily something that people enjoy, so they fight it. So when you fight change, it feels like your whole world's crumbling, right? So that's what the Tower looks like here. So this is saying that it's either take it upon yourself or go with the flow of the universe here, but things are going to be cleaned out, kind of like you're cleaning house of all the things that no longer serve you. And I got the Queen of Wands, and this is kind of like a vindication card for this, is saying that yes, this is cleaning house, and you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable, and you're going to be coming into a time of fertile ideas and of just everything feeling fresh and comfortable, and you're coming into a time frame, maybe this whole year, of just things falling into the place and having the confidence to know that you've done what you needed to do to get rid of the things that no longer served you.
I'm going to have to get this app. I did the Calm app the other night.
Ooh.
Harry Styles talked me into Dreamland, and then that crazy dream about Ariana. I think I will participate. Oh, I'm glad you're going to participate in the dream study. What was your dream about Ariana? Because I'll give you a thing. When you dream about celebrities, she represents something to you. So you'd have to decide, what does that particular celebrity maybe mirror to you? She reminds me of Ariana Grande. So,
a little bit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, whatever she means to you, you have to think what that is, and then put that in your analysis when you're like, she symbolizes this. It could be success. It could be, being musically inclined, beautiful. I don't know, whatever she symbolizes, Yeah. Twisted Tarot.
I love Twisted Tarot.
It's funny how some of this stuff is coming true too.
Nice.
There was the one guy though that he said he was going to have 7 children or something. I would be quite concerned.
You're like, whoops. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, I would definitely want to read that.
Did we get everyone for dreams? I don't want to miss anyone before we call it an evening here. The Taurus story. Oh, I don't know that story. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Me too.
I like that though. All right. I think, did we get everyone for the card reading? I'm gonna make sure that I don't miss anyone.
And then on the dream study, I'm going to reveal on our next show on the 21st what actually was on the table. So.
Oh, all right. I'm excited. I cannot wait.
All right. Michelle's asking for
Michelle. Whoops. All right. So one fell, but I'm going to get another card to go with it.
I like what Wade said.
What did Wade say?
He was just saying that sometimes if you can't recollect your journey, whether you're astral projecting or maybe even dreams, it's God's way of keeping us sane. Sometimes we have to get things when we're ready to. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And that makes perfect sense too. Like you're given what you can handle in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe the subconscious is excited. It's like, yes, this, and they're like, oh,
and you're like, oh, wait, you're ready for that. Okay, Michelle, I pulled. Okay, 7 of Swords. So this card, it doesn't look friendly. It's kind of so when I looked at it, it's more of the man's face looking back, kind of like needing to look over your shoulder. Don't take everything. So really what you can walk away from with this card is just don't take everything for face value. Don't, I'm not saying don't trust people, because I feel like we should be able to trust people, but at the same time, like, take things with a grain of salt, because maybe not everything's going to be in your best interest. And if you just stick to your gut feeling, stick to what your heart's telling you, you're not going to have a problem. Your heart and your gut will always guide you in the right direction. And if someone is being a little bit shady, don't give them your attention. Don't deal with them if you don't have to, because they're not really worth your time. If they're not going to be sincere and honest with you, you don't need them anyway. And sticking with your heart and your gut is going to lead you to a place where it's kind of just like the friendships that you need are there, the celebration, just everything feeling good. Like the people around you are going to be the right people as long as you're following your heart and your gut and you're not giving your energy to the people who don't deserve you. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if there's anything it's either something that you're going through right now or you're going to be coming into. Just keep that in mind. Just a nice little reminder of just, make sure that you don't let people tell you what to do when it doesn't feel right. Like don't give that any mind. No energy there.
Wow.
Oh, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Good. Well, this has been an amazing evening. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I love this. So you're going to post about the dream study?
Yeah, I'll put a post up for the dream study so everybody can find out exactly what to do. And it's going to be, like I said, Sunday the 14th. And I did break it down. I'm hoping that everybody will try to dream about it. That's the main objective. And then, but if you're a psychic and you want to try to read it that way, if you didn't dream that night, then meditate in the morning and just try to picture what you believe is on that table. And then send in the dream. You can I'd say it's probably best to send it to me on Facebook or Danny. That way I don't fill up my email. And then if somebody's sending me an email for a dream interpretation, I don't see it. But I'll put all the information in there and we'll share it out. So I'm hoping everybody, gives it a try, because
I hope so too. Yeah, everyone can do this. We got this. I'm excited to see what I get.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I think we are good. Rob, as always, thank you so much for helping us.
Yeah.
You're amazing. Thank you for being our producer.
I got to kick someone out. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, someone on the side. I saw that.
Tarot seems to pull in a lot of spammers for whatever reason.
It does. I know. It's one of those things, I think, because it catches people's attention. So it's an easy way to, yeah.
All right. Good job.
Right.
Good night.
Night. I'll see you. All right. With that, thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And we will see you. Our next show is the 21st, I think. Right?
21st. Yeah.
21st. So hopefully see you guys all then. Tune in 21st. And Dee Dee will go over the results from her dream study, which I'm super excited about. And we will all see you later. Hope you guys all have an amazing week. Take care.
Sweet dreams.
Yes, sweet dreams. Bye.